I'm Autumn Rain, and you are watching Orgasm Central TV.
How did you get started in this industry?
Oh, that was really quick. All right. Goodness, I've told this story like almost 10 times now. Well, it's a little funny. There's a little story to it. I've always been a little bit curious about it, but I never really like went along and just started doing it willy-nilly. What happened was is I had this hookup with someone off of Grinder, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you'd be really good at this." I hooked up with someone who was a gay porn star at the time. Now, since retired, they were bisexual in real life, but only did gay content on camera. And they were like, "Oh, hey, you're really cool. You've got a good presence. You got a nice, bubbly personality. You should consider doing porn." And I was like, "I don't know, maybe. Well, I'll think about it." And one day something happened with me at work, and I was really upset. So I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start doing porn." So I made a Twitter and I started uploading nudes on Twitter until I got a few thousand followers. And then I made an OnlyFans, and then it's just history. From there, things just started going uphill. Like, I made more platforms to post on, and then a year later started doing studio work and all that. So I did amateur for a full year before I actually started doing pro scenes and then doing actual bigger things.
So, what do you love most about your work, and what do you love the least?
The most, I'm kind of one of those creators who's given a lot of creative freedom because, one, I'm not contracted to anyone, or I don't have an agency, and I like choosing most of my partners, unless it's like a paid studio gig, which I don't get as much as I'd like. Um, but I like the creative freedom and aspects to it, to where I could put an idea I have into the world out there. You know what I mean? It's like, "Oh, I like this. This sounds really cool. I'm gonna do it." So I do it. What I like the least, unfortunately, there's still a lot of stigma against the trans community in porn. There's a lot of people who won't shoot with male talent if they've shot with trans women. Same with like shooting with cis female talent. They're like, "Oh, you shot with the trans girl. I don't want to shoot with you." And it goes back to like the just I think it goes back to the AIDS epidemic, where it's like, "Oh, hey, you're dirty, you're going to give me diseases," and then just generalized transphobia that's just still out there. And unfortunately, a lot of studios will not shoot trans women now, still, um, or even shoot with, male female performers who have shot with trans people. Either way, there's still a stigma out there that we deal with today in 2024. And that's probably the thing that I like the least. The thing that upsets me the most is there's still that stigma, you know, 40 something years later, after, you know, the big epidemic that really started the hate for the LGBT community.
Well, it's just kind of confusing, like because you said there are porn studios that it won't even shoot with porn stars that have just shot with other trans people.
Yep, that's a thing. That is a thing.
Well, but I mean, if they get tested, doesn't is it?
They don't care. It's a hate thing. It's a targeted hate. Um, yeah, there's just a stigma, unfortunately, that we still deal with today.
So I guess on a much lighter note, what was your favorite scene to shoot?
I don't know if I have a favorite one. There's too many really great ones that I've shot that have just been fantastic, that I really, really loved. Um, Maybe I could do like a top five, but I don't think I can do a number one because like a whole bunch come to mind when I think of it. Um, well, I can give some examples if that helps a little bit.
All right.
My favorite solo, I can tell you my favorite solo. My favorite solo was Lulu's Witch or Treat, which was Autumn Rain's Trick or Treat, I think. So basically, I was cosplaying a original character made by me called Lulu, who's a witch, who's clumsy, and who lives in a tree house. It was just a POV mutual hand job video. It was really short. It was only 13 minutes, but there was a lot of world building to it. It was based in 1984, so we recorded it in lower quality with a certain filter on it. We lived in a house that was made in the 70s. And then the tree house had like one of those 1970s box ACs in it. So we just built the scene. We just built it up. We just put in a whole bunch of old props and products in there and just really built the world. It was really fun. It was just, like I said, just a solo scene, but you know, that's basically my baby. You know, I put that together with my partner. Some scenes with other people are probably Neon Vampire Revolution, which was the first alt erotics trans scene. So alt erotic shot their very first trans scene with me, Serena Havoc, Robin Coffins. Oh my goodness, it's been so long now. Oh my goodness, Adeline Gray, Nixie Leon, and Livy Doll. So it was a 6-girl scene where we returned, 3 of us returned into vampires by actual vampires. And then we just have a big orgy. To put simply, I mean, there's a lot more to it, but you know, without going into explaining it for the next 20 minutes, which I don't even really know if I know the scene well enough to explain it for the next 20 minutes. There's that scene. And then there's probably my transportation scene, which was shot by D Arcolite, where I fucked Jessie Pony in a moving vehicle. I picked her up at a sex shop, picked her up at a sex shop, and then we fucked in the van, and then we fucked on the couch after. Those are probably one of my favorites. And then there's a few others, but I don't want to be on this for several minutes because there's too many scenes really for me to say this is my favorite.
Well, that's fair enough. You gave me a lot of content there. So here's one of those statistical SAT questions. I don't know if you're aware, but according to the 2022 Free Speech Coalition, 46% of adult workers have been restricted on services like PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. 36% of adult performers have lost at least one bank account. 55% have been denied insurance because of their background, and 50% have been denied a loan because of sex work. What do you think of those statistics?
I can't stand those statistics. That's really saddening. It's really heartbreaking. This is real work. I mean, you have to consider America back in the Wild West times. Many towns were brought up from things like prostitution. I mean, prostitution and trains and bars and saloons. That's one of the things that really started the West. And it really sucks that there's so much hate in sex work in any regards, whether it be safe prostitution or porn. Like, this is work. Not many of us chose it. Some of us chose to go into it, but not everyone did. A lot of people did it out of necessity, and we still pay taxes. You're going to take away our bank account and our right to get loans and different things like that, even though we're tax-paying Americans. I can't stand it. I was asked once by my bank person, they're like, what do I do? And I'm like, oh, I have an NDA, I can't tell you. That's how I avoid most questions like that, because I don't know, I could lose my bank account 3 days after I said what I did, and we don't want that. But it's really sad and it's unfortunate, and I think it just goes back to like the hate for sex workers in general, and I feel like that'll eventually get better, but I feel like it's going to get worse like it is, and then it'll eventually get better, but it's just going to take time.
So what can people do to help sex workers?
Honestly, what can non-sex workers do? I mean, not discriminate as much, you know, really keep an open mind. Maybe if someone wants to, you know, consider this. So many people make porn, whether you realize it or not, and so many people watch it. Like, if you don't want that to go away, don't discriminate, but also just if you don't like it, mind your own business. It's kind of one of those like, hey, it's not hurting you. It's bringing in money, you know, to wherever, you know. Let's just say it's more than just America, but you know, hypothetically, let's just say someone is in another country and then a big portion of that money's country, because it's a very poor country, is brought in by sex work, you know, but by people who have these digital accounts that are bringing money to their economy. You know, just think about this: you get rid of it and you get rid of a large amount of money that's helping your country. But also, you know, think you could have a cousin who does it, you could have a friend who does it, you could have a sister or brother, you know, an aunt, uncle, whatever. You never know. And honestly, when it comes to working, I would just say to help with it. I don't really know. I don't get super political, honestly. I'm not a very good political person. I just kind of mind my own business most of the time. But for me, as someone who's kind of like a third party, doesn't really get into that much, just don't attack us. Mind your business, you know, and support from afar. You know, you might not have to like it, but don't attack us for it. You know, we're just trying to make a livable wage.
Right. That is true. And because I never understood, I guess, the hate for it, because people love sex work so much. Because it's $1 billion industry. The only problem, and again, there are bad apples in every industry, bad apples in
Of
every
course,
bunch,
yeah.
because I think I saw on Twitter there was this one porn I think company that they were using children in porn, which is a big no-no.
What, a
I know.
whole
I
company, not like one
I come
person?
well, I think maybe a few people. I don't want to give like statistics out, because
Yeah,
I don't need a fucking defamation lawsuit.
yeah, that's a
But
touchy subject.
yeah, I know. But like that's definitely a no-no, and that's definitely something that can uh really land you in jail.
Oh yeah,
Something
absolutely,
like that.
as you would deserve, obviously.
Yeah, it's just like just don't mess with the kids. It's like if you it's kind of like I think I kind of equate porn to, like, I guess, the beer industry. Like you can OD on beer too and get into a lot of bad accidents, but we don't ban beer, and
Yeah,
you don't give
true.
kids beer either. So
No.
yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like that.
Hmm.
But what makes you stand out in this industry though?
Um, I guess my diversity. I've noticed a lot of girls have one look, one thing. Like they shoot with one or two different types of people. They always have like one distinctive look, and they always shoot these types of scenes. There's nothing wrong with that. I love it. If that's what sells for you, fuck yeah, you know, great. Keep doing that. Keep making it bag. But not a lot of girls or even guys, you know, really diversify like I do, in my opinion. One day I can dress up like Medusa or like some Greek goddess, and then the next day I could be like a Barbie girl, and then the next day I could look like this. I could be pulling off the lesbo look, you know. That's just what I went for today, because I just decided why not, you know. I haven't done this in a while. Um, but also I put a lot of humor into my porn, even hidden humor, because you know, people don't go watch my porn to laugh. They want to get off, and sometimes they do. Some people like the little, you know, real porn connoisseurs. They want the story, you know, not general porn watchers. I'm talking actual fans. They're like, ooh, what is she gonna do this time, you know. That those are the fans I really like. I mean, of course, I love all of my fans, but the ones who know that I do like these cute little niche things that not everyone does. And a lot of people do a whole bunch of humor and silly and diverse things, but there's not enough of that. And I feel like me and like the several dozen or maybe few hundred other creators who do like the really crazy all over the place content really are hitting that market, and I think, there's definitely more room for it of just being silly, letting loose, just letting your creative side come out a little bit. Because not all porn anymore is just guy fuck girl and come, it's not that anymore.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, you need a little more script writing for that. Like take a few script writing classes. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely there should definitely be more of a story there, and then we get
Well,
to that.
a lot of my porn I improv.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
come up with it and then I come up with the script in my head on the spot. That's about 80% of my scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you definitely got the look for it. Like I saw the like the I guess 2000 early 2000s 90s look with the hat on and
Uh-huh.
like yeah. Because I was looking because like is that flannel?
That is a flannel, yeah.
Oh, because I was thinking why are you wearing flannel? It's like isn't it 90 degrees outside?
I'm not inside.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's like cool. It's not like cold in here. It's the thermostat set at like 74, so yeah.
oh, okay. Where you located?
Vegas.
Vegas. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's burning up in there. God.
Yeah. It's definitely really hot. This heat wave's been killer.
But so where do you see yourself in like 5 to 10 years?
10 years, I'd probably see myself out of the industry. Um, I kind of want to live off of like passive income and then maybe do like a simple like day job when I'm bored, like do a really, really, really part-time job because I'm the kind of person who really likes doing things. Um, or I'll act upon my voice acting and modeling career that I'm trying to really boost and get started. I can't imagine me. Some people do porn for like 20 plus years. It's not me. I love doing porn. And I'm going to continue doing it for several more years, but probably not 10. 5, I would like to imagine that I've gotten, some more cool big studios under my belt. Maybe I've gotten a few more awards and maybe I'm shooting with some really, really big league names. Um, but just kind of similar to what's going on now, just doing bigger, better things. But 10 years, I imagine I'll be having a paycheck come in every month from all my other different porn sites and slowing down on the OnlyFans if that's even still around, I should say. And then just kind of like, oh yeah, I have however much coming in a month from what I did in porn for all those years before, and then just doing things that I really want to do, like act or voice act or model for whatever these companies or brands. I love modeling and I love voice acting. I'm a voice impressionist, but um, porn is not a passion. But why I love it so much is because I have the freedom to create. You know, so
Right.
mm, that's what I love so much about it.
I mean, yeah, it does. It does sound fun. It does look fun. It's
Mm.
fun. But yeah, those are all the questions I had, Miss. Did you have any? I always ask this for everyone. Did you have any questions for me?
No, I don't think so. I mean, this is a
Or-
pretty short interview. It's probably my shortest one. There's not more to it.
Well, I'm like straight into it because I was gonna cut this up into like, question,
Mm,
interview. I'm sorry,
yeah,
question,
yeah, yeah,
answer,
yeah.
and stuff like that. I might change it to like more of a DJ Vlad type as the years pass. I don't know,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
I've got time if you've got other questions, and if not, we're
I mean,
chilling.
I'm just chilling.
We're chilling. We're chilling.
Oh, well, Well, Erica from the Rub PR, she did send me this. Like, you're the star of Blaze Studios' first trans content, currently a
Yeah,
management.
yeah.
You want to talk more about that?
Sure, sure, sure. So I met Mark, that's the studio owner,
Uh,
at AVN, but I met him in line. I met him
okay.
in line. One of us made some kind of comment about the line moving incredibly slow. And I was in line for over 2 hours before I got my VIP red carpet badge and all that. Um, and then push came to shove, I was like, oh, hey, I noticed you have the Blaze Studio. I've heard of Blaze Studio. The Blaze Studio badge. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the owner. And I was like, oh really? And I was like, do you guys shoot trans content? He's like, not yet, but I have thought about it. And I was like, well, I would love to shoot for you. Be one of your first potentially. And then he was like, we were talking for so long at that point, and then he knows my PR person. He's like, oh yeah, I love Erica. They've known each other for many years. So, I got his phone number and we chatted over the next several weeks. And then I was like, hey, he was like, hey, do you want to come to Florida and we can shoot some scenes? And I was like, yeah, because XBiz Miami was coming up, which was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago now. Can't remember, something like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll make a whole trip out of it. So I went to Florida for 2 weeks. So I went to Tampa and then I went to Miami for XBiz Miami. And then I went back to Tampa and I shot, I think only like 3 scenes with him, unfortunately, but because I was booking like everyone. I was booking just people to do normal content trade with. I was booking this like more rigging, rope kind of stuff, which was
Bondage?
really fun. Bondage, yeah. Um, and then I was booking for XBiz Miami. And I just made like a whole big trip out of it. And then we recently had some press releases put out, and I don't know if I can say this yet, but we're working on something. I don't think that's public knowledge yet, so I'm going to keep that to myself. But we are working on something. I'm about to go back and film more scenes with him. So yeah, I'll be actually heading there on the 14th, and I'll be there for a week this time instead of 2, because I'm just going to be in Tampa instead of Miami. So that'll be fun. But we're working on something big, and I'm also going to be representing his booth in Exotica, New Jersey, as their trans person for his booth. So, yeah.
Oh,
Ever since I met him, Mark's been good to me. He's good people.
that sounds cool. Yeah, that sounds. So it's just by happenstance you just met him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Just ran into him. Like, hey, what's up with this line? Oh, hey, you work for Blaze Studio? No, I'm the owner. Oh, it was really simple. It was straight to the point. After we just casually talked. It was nice. It was fun. It was very real. I appreciate that I got that 2 hours of just talking with him before even working with him.
I underestimate the power of small talk.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
small talk, powerful, man.
well, I just get bored with it because it's like they always talk. The people, okay, I'm not around the same people you're around. I'm
Yeah.
just because my day job, I'm a teacher.
Oh, a teacher, yeah.
A teacher. Yeah, so I'm just around other burnt out teachers and
Oh.
other snot-nosed kids that just scream and yeah.
Oh, so you do like elementary?
Yeah, elementary school.
Oh my goodness.
I
I
take
can't imagine. Kids annoy me. I don't like
not
kids.
like yeah, they today was like yeah, it was like yeah, because I
I
do
think
stamps.
teenagers is when I can start standing, like being around them. We can actually have like an intelligent conversation. But you know,
Okay.
before that, I'm just like, go away. Stop
I-
talking to me. I don't want to see your face.
no, even teenagers, I'm like, no, I can't do that either.
Well, see,
That's
I've
worse.
got a teenage younger sibling, so
Oh, okay. But teenagers I think are worse because I remember when I was in high school.
mean.
These fuck yes, they are fucking mean. They are just so mean and nasty. And look, I'm not perfect either. I've made fun of people too.
Yeah.
I've bullied people. I think
Oh, come
I
on.
made fun of
Oh, come
I
on.
made fun of people's accents and stuff like that. Some of those were jokes. Some of
Yeah.
those were jokes.
I mean, if you could
Yeah,
like joke around with your buddies and tease each other a little bit, that's fine. But don't like bully someone. Come on.
well, I don't. I mean, I guess yeah, I was a dick,
Different time, different person, you know.
but I don't know. I just couldn't handle. But it's like I don't know. These teenagers, like last thing I want to be in is in a roasting match with a teenager. And if I say the wrong thing, I'm fired.
Yeah. Don't want to get fired. Also,
Yeah.
they'll come at you with like all these new terms you don't know, and you're like, what the heck does that even mean?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. I think.
So, as a teacher, I'm assuming you know like new modern slang now.
Yeah, like I don't know what the hell a gyat is.
I didn't know what that was
Uh,
until like a
uh,
month ago. Someone told me what that meant, and I was like, huh? I didn't even know what, okay, and I know this is more of a Gen Z thing, but I didn't know what on God and no cap meant for the longest time. I was
well,
like, what is that?
like on God, I swear to God,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
no
yeah,
cap,
yeah.
no
See,
like
like, okay, so
cap. Why?
I'm technically Gen Z, but I'm on the cusp. So it's like, here's millennial, here's Gen Z,
So
and
when
then
were you
like,
born?
I'm 98, so I'm like right on the cusp.
Shit, I was born 97.
97, hey, you know. So here we're on the cusp. You get it. We're called zillennials, you know.
So well, yeah, but like back in like the 2000s, it was just I don't know.
It was just millennial. Oh, they
Yeah,
didn't change it to Gen Z until later.
yeah, but I don't know. It's
So
just
we used to be considered millennials until the government was like, no, we're,
yeah,
we're changing this.
yeah. They're changing it, but I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just like the content that the kids watch, and I hear them watch it. I hear a lot of them talk about it. They watch shit like Skibbity Toilet or just a half like just brightly colored shit that just flashes in front of your face just to keep them preoccupied.
Okay, well, we can't talk.
Can we? I can talk.
We no, we had MLG.
MLG was what are you
We
talking about?
had Major League. Oh my God, you don't
I
know
I
MLG.
never and Major League.
Major League Gaming.
I never played that. I'm talking.
Imagine like green screen humor and a lot of rainbows and cats and stuff like that.
I
We had
never.
we had the original Brain Rot.
Well, I didn't watch that. I watched Fairly Odd Parents. I watched Jimmy Neutron.
I watched all that too, but I'm
Yeah.
talking like classic YouTube. I'm talking like 17-year-old music video,
Well,
17-year-old YouTube videos, like things that were uploaded at the start of YouTube. You know, like classic memes like YouTube poop.
yeah, I
Yeah,
watched that,
see. So you know that.
but I watched The Lonely Island too when I came back from
Yeah.
high school. Like The Lonely Island, that was my jam every time. Every day I came home from high school, I would go on YouTube, not study, and watch that.
I mean, I
That's
watched a lot of things like the classic Scooby Doo. I watched a lot of Boomerang too, so that helped like Tom and Jerry.
oh
Watch the
yeah.
Jetsons, you know. So
Well,
these kids don't know what that is
they
now
don't.
because Boomerang was bought by Cartoon Network, and now their old shows are things like the original Teen Titans. And I was just like, no, I grew up with that.
It's
Don't
like
make me
how
feel
do you?
old.
I knew I was feel. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I knew I was feeling old when a few months ago they said a Shrek 2 is re-releasing in theaters celebrating its 20th anniversary. I'm like, what the fuck?
No. Oh my God.
What? How did I mean, I was starting to feel old back in like 2009 when I was 12 when they said they were celebrating the 70th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz. And I'm like, has it been that long? I mean, I
Oh my
wasn't
goodness.
born back then, but like still.
Yeah, my grandma used to have Wizard of Oz on her big box TV, had it on a VHS, and whoop.
Yeah. There are 7 to 8 year olds that I teach. They don't even know what The Wizard of Oz is.
I mean, hey, listen, we don't know what a lot of things that our grandparents know. So
But
it's always the generational thing. It's like this generation knows this, and then the next one doesn't. It's kind of one
yeah,
of
but
those.
this generation after us is like Gen Alpha. So it's like
Yeah.
now I'm just worried that good Lord, now they have all this brain rot and what is going to become of them? Because me personally, I'm 26, I'm about to turn 27, and
Yeah.
I'm I, I'm 100K in debt because of student loans, and
No.
I don't feel too bad. Like I
That's
should.
a big millennial thing though, I swear.
No, hell, but it's like I don't know. I I wish my parents talked to me more about taxes and how much debt I might incur in college when I was their age, at like seven
Yeah.
or eight and stuff like that. But
I have to thank my dad for that. I'm pretty decent off and I've got good credit. For my age, I've got good credit, almost 700. I'm getting there.
almost seven.
Almost 700, yeah, 25.
Oh man, only got 640.
Hey,
I
pull out a car loan. Pull out a car loan and then go like, at like a dealership or instead of doing it at a dealership because they like to upcharge you, find someone who you trust who has like, let's just say a $15,000 car. I'm just coming up with things. Okay. So let's
uh-huh.
just say they have a $15,000 car, but you only have, let's just say 6,000. What you can do is go to a bank with the person with the title and get a loan notarized. The bank will pay this person the $15,000 and then over the course of however many years, they'll have you pay it off monthly with just a little bit of extra interest. So it's like for a $15,000 car, you paid like $18,000, but it was over the course of like 5 years. That's just an example. That's what I did, except I did it through a dealership instead, but I didn't know any better at the time.
But then I have to get in more debt though.
It depends if you're able to pay it off, but that'll make your 640 credit go up to like a 690, if not more, probably more.
Right. Crikey.
Yeah, if you just keep up with it. But yeah, I mean, just don't bite off more than you can chew, though, is my advice.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be too much money.
Yeah, that's one of those like you gotta know you're good, make sure you got all those different sources of incomes coming in and you feel financially stable. That's like a big decision. That's not like oh, let's go do this. It's more of like hey, I'm confident I'll be able to do this kind of situation.
Yeah. God, I wish I could teach those kids that, but like, no,
They're not allowed to. Now you have to teach them the Pythagorean theorem or whatever.
yeah, a squared plus b squared equals,
C squared.
fuck you.
Oh,
But I do like teaching sometimes. I was reading Dr. Seuss to a few girls. I find that like girls are easier to teach than boys. As I don't know why that is, but I guess it's just
because women mature quicker
yeah.
generally. Not everyone, of course. There are certain people, but generally, the female brain just matures faster.
Yeah, but so that's why when I'm older, I hope I have two daughters and one son to just even it out. I guess if that makes sense.
I don't think I'm gonna have any kids. If I do, I'm gonna adopt.
Yeah, you could adopt.
Yeah, but that'll be like in my 30s. I'm doing all of my 20s before even considering that.
Oh, I'm not having kids till I'm like 55.
55. Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
What's wrong? Al Pacino had a kid by well, he was 80 and he had a kid by a 29-year-old model.
Oh my goodness, that's you're gonna die when they're like 20.
No, in 20, I'll be 70. I'll
Not you,
I'll
not
die.
you, but him, not you.
Oh,
Him.
him. Okay. Well, yeah. Well. I mean, it was. It's his life.
Yeah,
Let him speak his truth. And whatever. He might get hate from other people for that because like the age gap is so monumental. But then we forget that Jerry Seinfeld was in his like 30s or 40s and he dated like a 16-year-old or something.
Oh, I hate that.
I think look that up.
I don't even listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even like 18 to 20-year-olds. Like, I can say yes, I agree. You are legally an adult, but you're still a baby to me until you're 21. I'm just like 18 to 20. You got so much shit to still figure out. I still have a lot of shit to figure out. I'm only in my mid 20s, but I'm not an 18-year-old.
Well,
I've
people
experienced adulthood for many years now. I have paid taxes. I have pulled out a loan. I have and live in a house that I applied for. you know, an 18-year-old's not gonna do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Probably haven't. Like
This-
18-year-olds nowadays, like if you're 18, that means you were born in
06.
2006. So it's
Oh, God.
if you were
That
born in
makes,
2006,
no, that makes me feel old.
could
That
you
makes me feel old.
it's uh, oh Christ. What happened? I remember 2016, they were celebrating 11 years of Revenge of the Sith. And I remember,
Oh, word.
and that 2016 was 8 years ago. The math ain't mathing. How did this happen? How did,
I remember when I was working in pharmacy, because I used to work in pharmacy before being a full-time sex worker.
uh,
Um, so I would check people's IDs to make sure they're of age or make sure they're, the person who is on their profile,
yeah,
on their profile to get this prescription. And at the time, people born in '03 were able to be 18. And I still remember that hurting me. Now when I see '06, I'm just like, ah, my heart, I'm dying.
I every day I come home from work, I just go on Instagram and like, have you ever seen those liminal space,
Yeah.
Instagram
Like backrooms
things?
kind of
Yeah, back
situation.
rooms and like nostalgia, where it's like they put like
Yes.
school rooftop in the background,
And then
or
they play
what?
like this doo 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 song.
Yeah, this it's like I don't know why I put myself through that, but like, damn, if I could just go
If
back,
I could go back, yeah, I
just
swear.
20 years, like
Remember,
2001 to 2006 were my golden years of childhood.
things used to be not only more fun, but things just used to be like more readily available. Like, I feel like things weren't necessarily just easier because we were younger, but if you remember, Target used to have like a big food court. Every single time you walked in, it smelled like popcorn. Remember that?
I
That's
don't
like a
remember.
nostalgic thing for me.
I don't
Or
remember that, but I
movie
remember.
theaters used to be so freaking cool.
Yeah, but I remember Blockbuster. I remember
Yeah,
Block
Blockbuster.
and video on demand. Video
Yeah,
on
yeah.
demand.
I
That was
remember
before
when
Netflix.
Redbox first came out, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And then Redbox put freaking Blockbuster out of business, and then things like Netflix put Redbox out of business.
Yeah, and it's not because this is something that I've noticed about streaming and why I think it's really bad, especially for in our generation.
Mm.
Like streaming gives you easy access to everything, but that's the problem. It gives you easy access to everything, and it's like you can watch anything you ever want at any
People
time.
get in their comfort zone too
Right.
much, and they don't go out as much, and then that leads to more loneliness. I mean, loneliness is an epidemic in the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, but I mean, like, because that's true, and it's not. It's watching whatever you want whenever you want. It's not the same as like, oh my God, a Halloween Town's on ABC. I
Oh
haven't
my
seen
God,
this
I
in
remember
years.
that. Yes. Or it's not, you can't go
Marnie,
to,
Marnie.
oh man, Halloween Town. Holy shit, that brings me back. But I remember, I used to go like with the neighborhood kids. We would go to we'd go across the street. We weren't allowed to do this. We got in trouble a lot. But so here's the neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So this is the neighborhood. Then here's a highway, and then across from us was like a Sheetz gas station. Do you know what Sheetz is?
I think I've heard of it, yeah.
Sheetz. So
Uh-huh.
like, was it Sheetz or was it Wawa? One of those. But anyways, they're really fucking cool. They had like big, like they had like 8 different flavors of slushies. They had snacks everywhere. It was, at the time, now the ceilings aren't as big because I'm 6'1", but at the time I'm like this 4'7" kid. I'm looking up and these ceilings are way up here. They have
I
like these
think
rings hanging down. It's all red and green in there.
I
They
think
have, like,
I gotta cut you off. Like it's like almost 40 minutes, but it's been so great talking to you.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
God, I wish I could talk to you more. It'd be great.
Yeah,
But
you got
yeah,
Discord?
yeah, thank you. I will be sure to cup an interview with this. Thank you.
Okay, if you got a Discord, let me know.